Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my sketchbook. Welcome to InkTober. Special hello to the otters at Seaside Park. I'm going to show you something kind of funny. This is George the Animal Steel, which is kind of a scary looking thing. Back in the 80s, everybody was into wrestling. So I'm sure I'm not going to be the only person that's going to draw something related to that today. Let's get the pen. Let's start the timer. And let's see what we can do with the word rowdy. I'm actually going to start off by drawing a pipe. Let's see if I can move this to somewhere. All right, so try to figure out where I want things to be. Of course, Mario is a plumber, a pretty good plumber too. Beyond just being a hero, he's also a great entertainer and a brother and an all-around cool guy. So he's got that going for him. Sometime back in 1989, and mind you, I did a little bit of research on this just to make sure that I don't know, kind of got something right with this. A WWF superstar, at that point, now they're actually, WWE, but at that point, wrestling superstar Roddy Piper, Rowdy Roddy Piper, showed up on an episode of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which is kind of a cool thing. So wrestling was pretty much the biggest thing going on the planet, it seemed, at that point. And it was everywhere. So let's see. Dip the pen. So in the background here. Now, I don't have the stuff in front of me, but I do kind of have an idea of how I want this to look. Now, I'm kind of using in my brain like Harry Potter lightning bolts to spell the name on the shirt. So I don't think I'm going to be super far off. It's not going to be exact. That's all right. I didn't memorize everything. Again, though, I'm pretty good with like most patterns of stuff. Okay, let's see. So something like this, an exclamation point. The bottom half of that would be like red and the upper half would be yellow, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to really differentiate that anyway. So I remember being a kid. 1985 was like the first Wrestlemania, and it was a pay-per-view thing, but most of us didn't really get to find out. Well, I mean, because it was a pay-per-view thing. Who won, all that kind of stuff until, like, you went to school the next day and you found out from the other kids that got to watch it, who won. But leading up to it, it was like a big super duper event. You knew that there were going to be special guests, like there was Muhammad Ali was going to be there. I think Cyndi Lauper was going to be in a match. But you knew that Hulk Hogan and Mr. T were going to have a match against, who was it at that time? I'll have to think about that. It was like, I know it was against Rowdy Roddy Piper. Anyway, I don't remember right off. But I can tell you, for weeks after this match, lots of us were getting ourselves into figure four leg locks. We were jumping off picnic tables. I mean, we were getting hurt pretty bad, to emulate some of your favorite wrestling stars. So, kind of a funny thing, you know, when you think of how soap operas and stuff are, I guess you could kind of say that in a lot of ways, wrestling was kind of like a soap opera. Like there were good and bad characters, there was storylines, and so lots of stuff that went on. Um, but yeah, no, everybody was into it. Now, what's funny is at some point, another entity with the same three initials, the World Wildlife Fund, ended up getting like exclusive use of WWF. So the juggernaut basically lost to this small little sort of charitable organization, which is funny. But yeah, growing up, no, everybody loved the wrestling and the WWF. Yeah, I still can't remember who, because it was a tag team match. That was the big super event. Yeah, I don't remember. I think maybe Bob Orton or something like that at the time. Um, yeah, no, I don't remember. I didn't add that to the research that I did. So let's see here. I'm going to try to work in a little bit of the tartan, which is what you'd call this design on the kilt. And I do believe that Roddy Piper had his own sort of a personal, but I think he had his own tartan, which you can register. I think anybody can. There's like thousands of them. Let's see if I can move that up just a little bit further. Okay. Like I could get one if I wanted to. I could register one in Scotland if I wanted to. I think a lot of businesses have. So some of them I would know to look at. Like I'd know Macintosh, I'd know Stewart, which is kind of a big deal one, I guess. Another big deal one would be McLeod, if you've ever seen like the Highlander movies. Let's see here. What kind of time? 2 minutes 19 seconds. Okay, so next. Ooh. But Roddy Piper. His real name was Roderick Toombs. He passed away a little bit ago, back in 2015, at the age of 61, and pretty remarkable guy. And a career of basically getting kicked, and kicking is pretty hard on the body. So not an easy sort of life that they would have had. We're just about in the final minute. And up here, I'm going to put in 24. He was from Saskatchewan in Canada. So that's cool. He would have been trained with like the Hart family. So also pretty cool as far as that kind of legacy goes. Is one of his kids was involved in wrestling. Maybe still, I'm not sure. I don't really follow wrestling so much anymore. And of course, former uh, MMA superstar Ronda Rousey used the Rowdy by permission, I guess you could say, from the family. So that's kind of cool. 2 seconds. There you go. That's what we have. We have this pipe from Super Mario wearing Roddy Piper's t-shirt and kilt. Well, that's it then for now. I hope you have a wonderful day. Come back again tomorrow where the word will be inferno. And yeah, I think that's it. Ciao for now.